let's go over the workout for Monday, January 2nd, 2017. So for the warm-up, we've got 1 minute of each of these. Timer that you will use is the first timer in the app. It's called, I think it's called 4-minute warm-up. So 1 minute of each of these. We've got 1 minute plank on our forearms. Just make sure that you're reminding everybody to engage their core. That's what protects their lower back. The new people, let them know it's okay to take a break. We don't expect brand new people to go for the full minute. We don't want them to injure themselves or hurt themselves. Also, if they have any kind of stomach issues, planks are bad for those sort of people as far as like hernias, maybe a past recent C-section or anything like that. So keep that in mind. Ask people questions. Next, we've got straight arm plank. Just make sure your hands are directly under your shoulders for that. And again, we don't want people's hips sagging. In the straight arm plank and the forearm plank, if people have to be on their knees to be fully extended, that's okay. Another option for the plank, if they can't do a plank at all, is to modify it by using the straps, because you can make it a lot easier with the straps simply by standing up, pushing out into the straps, like so. Still engaging your core, and then they get to decide how difficult they want the plank to be, as opposed to just doing it on the ground with just kind of one intensity level. And then we've got side plank for the side plank. Make sure that the feet are stacked and that the hips are up. We don't want the hips dipped. We want the hips as high as we can get them. And you're going to hold that for a minute and then flip over and do the other side. For a minute, there is a 10-second break in between each of those with the timer. Okay, so the workout is Tabata. Make sure you explain to people what Tabata is. A Tabata is a 4-minute timer, 20 seconds of work, 10-second rest. So we'll do each exercise. We'll do one Tabata. We'll take a 1-minute break in between Tabatas. So we're going to do 6 rounds of Tabata, 1 per exercise. So standard push-ups, what we're looking for is our hands under our shoulders, a nice tight core, feet about shoulder width apart, and we want our elbows to go back at a 45-degree angle, just like so, as opposed to, this is what we'll see a lot of the ladies do, they'll spread their hands out and they'll push their elbows out to the side, and they will try to make it a lot easier. So let them know they need to bring their hands in, and they need to elbows go back at 45 degrees as opposed to going out, or as opposed to being tucked in at their side. Also, another thing to look for is people on their knees. You'll see them keep their butt up in the air and do their push-ups like this. Let's have them avoid that. Let's have them go ahead and bring their hips down and make a straight line. Again, this strengthens the core and makes sure that their back is protected. Still, elbows go back at 45 degrees for these push-ups. Next, we've got pull-ups. So if they're on the bar, just make sure that they're doing strict pull-ups, meaning they're hanging and their feet are completely off the ground, bringing their chin nice and steady over the bar, and then lowering themselves back down. They're not kipping to get their chin over the bar. Once they start doing that, they either need to employ the strap, the assistance strap, rubber band, hook it on their knee, y'all know how that works, or they need to move the suspension straps. For the suspension straps, just make sure that their body is in line. Bring their hands to the shoulders for the pull-ups. Steady and controlled, keeping tension in the straps throughout the entire movement. Next, we've got double kettlebell shoulder press. So for this one, you'll need 2 kettlebells. They will need to clean the kettlebells to pick them up. So, gonna bring them up. You're gonna keep them right here for the entire movement. We don't put them down. Make sure their knuckles are up. They have flat wrists. And they're gonna press the kettlebells up overhead and then bring them down, tucking their elbows back in. You want your forearms parallel with your spine at all times. That is the kettlebell overhead shoulder press. Next, we've got suspension muscle ups. So for those, the setup is to stand straight up, put your hands directly behind your butt. That's how you set up for these. You're gonna have a seat, and then you're gonna pull yourself up with your hands, push down and up. So push down, and that pushes your body up. All right, next we've got hand release push-ups. So you're gonna do the standard push-up that we did earlier. And your hands come off the ground every rep. You can do those on your knees as well. Next, we've got the kneeling overhead fly on the suspension strap. So you're gonna drop down to your knees. From your knees, you're gonna lean out. You're actually gonna start with the suspension straps like you're gonna do a push-up, and then you're gonna fall out, letting your arms, elbows stay locked, your hands come up over your head, and then you're gonna bring them back down to like a push-up position. The shoulder workout, core workout is legit. Let me know if you have any questions about any of these moves. Thanks.